momentum to carry through. And Kingzone, as per tradition of the series, fighting fire with fire across the board. They're going to have the Kennen up there against the Renekton. Jace will go into the mid lane to have the advantageous matchup against the Sylas. And that's the flex potency I mentioned earlier on when saying we don't know if Rascal or Nahon would play it. All around.
With my friends and stuff, I'd always be like the wizard player. We're going to have to hold that thought because there is a lot of focus on this Infernal Drake as we were talking about.
Deft has TP.
Yeah, Deft going to come back. They want to keep this least. Can't just TP straight onto the flag.
Summit doesn't have TP.
Double TP down in here. It's going to come down to the steal. Rascal just has to go forward and zone them away with that ultimate. Stun goes down onto Jarvan, but it just doesn't matter. You can smite through that. The double TP into double kill into the win on the Infernal means this early game that Sandbox needed to win is now in the opponent's hand.
Back.
판단 너무 좋았어. 오케이, 나이스, 천천히. 미쳤어.
It's a really nice decision.
너무 잘할 거야, 얘들.
A bit overconfident there. It was a good read by Ghost, and
that was the production curse. That's what happened, right? Yeah, they chose to highlight what Tushin said.
All right, nice kick here on a Rascal. Is it enough damage, though? The double stun gonna come in from Rascal. Looking to tank this one down, but another stun onto Summit. And the Q is gonna miss! The dive is not gonna work, and Rascal will live 1-on-2.
I'm sorry, I was just giving a moment of silence right there for...
Note that Deft does not have TP. Now on Fleek, looking to get on in here, but they're going to knock him up, and now he's in trouble, flashing on in, and they're in the Cataclysm, and they're going to be whoop-bammed to death. Down goes Tom Kent as on Fleek baits him into it.
I really like the jiggle that Tom was doing when he was strapped into the wall. That was pretty good. I hope that we get to see that early on. The real problem, however, is that Infernal Dragon.
Yeah. Infernal Drake's gonna look good. That's a nice dodge as Deft trying to go 1v2. He wants to do the damage, but it's not gonna be enough. As Ghost is gonna get that last piercing arrow. Rascal gets interrupted here by Summit on the TP. But now Summit in a bit of a wonky spot. Let's see how good of a secret agent he can be behind enemy lines here. The answer is not a very good one, as Jace is going to be able to pick up that kill 4-on-1.
So he was able to cancel the teleport of Rascal, but it did come at the cost of his own life.
Fox rotating to the top side. They want to take out this turret if possible. Not quite going to happen, as you got to be careful there, Ghost. Getting that Devour out early is good for Kingzone. See if they try to force any fights here. They're going to get the knockup onto the Lee Sin, but Dove had to get close there for the safeguard. He is going to have that blasting plan just barely to get away. Unless he came in from the other side. Here we go, trying to get the lockup onto the Lee Sin, but now the Devour is not available for the Varus, and he is going to go down finally, but they trade 80 carries. And here's Rascal, and he's AP. He's looking for the kill on the Lee Sin. Should be able to get it, as well as Joker going down. And Dove just in the middle of nowhere, all by himself. 4-on-1, not exactly fair, but the rest of his team did die, and so will he.
And that was a really nice mix-up by Tushin. The way that he approached that team fight, the angle that he went for, probably caught Sandbox by surprise. Or where their thought process might be at inside of a team fight.
Well, Nahon, not sure about that one, but the exhaust comes down, and they're baiting themselves into it. The damage will come out as Lee Sin is going to be taken out there. That's 2. Not sure about this one, Sandbox. It looks like that might be the final nail in the coffin, as once again, they're diving turrets even when they're down on gold. And now 5-on-3, Kingzone making moves towards the Baron that just spawned.
Well, Kingzone setting their eyes on a 20-minute Baron right now without a Mountain Dragon. And so it's going to be on Sandbox. Look at what Rascal's doing. He's trying to run away, saying, "You're not going to get my ultimate."
Yeah. He was on vision. Here's Summit with the quickness. into that Zhonya's, but that's a nice slicing maelstrom into Zhonya's himself, but the TP's coming in.
Oh, Baron!
They're connected so low, but it doesn't matter. The smite comes down, and Kingzone are going to get even more kills. Only the Rakan and the Xayah will go down in the end, as well as Nahon, actually, as he is going to be chased down here. Nice little dodge, but down he will go. Baron still kept on 2 members of Kingzone, and the guy is just unbelievably tanky. And all of that 80 damage that Sandbox have is not going to be able to penetrate it.
Oh man, another team fight.
Really nice double knockup, and the double wabam comes in here as Joker trying to frontline is going to be able to get that Devour down. Summit is going to get the safety, and Death is actually going to get assassinated in the back here by On Fleek. Gets in there, but gets sniped at the end of it all. And now Dove and Summit pretty low at the end of all things. Rascal not really able to join the fight here, no flash. And not able to use that slicing maelstrom, but a bit of a funky trade before we do continue to push 4-on-4, or rather 4-on-3, as the Lee Sin did also get picked off. So just that one turret is going to go down.
This game has now Cuz and Nahon down here in the bottom. Both of these champions are able to shred through turrets pretty quickly. Sandbox, they're posturing for a team fight.
Wow, that's a big one. A ton of damage comes in, but he's immediately gonna die, and Rascal into the back line. He's gonna get that flank. And well, it was a nice idea, Sandbox, but it went terribly, terribly wrong. As immediately the Silas dies, and Death just laughed at him as he autoed him from 100 to 0 in the span of 1.5 seconds.
Dove is going to be able to stop the wave in mid as Kingzone, they turn their attention to the Baron. And there's no way for Sandbox to stop it this time around. Death timer's a little bit too high despite having teleport available on every member. Cuz just checking the brush one last time. Now Dove's actually going to die. He is behind enemy lines.
See if he can take Tucson with him. No, he's just going to run. Trying to buy as much time as possible. It's really all he can do at this point.
Ooh, I like what they're doing. They're actually intentionally delaying his kill so that the death timer is more effective for their follow-up push. It's going to be series.
Here comes Summit once again. He's got that slicing maelstrom. Just frontlining right now, and he's going to be slowed down by that Randuin's. Nice little Zhonya's, and now he's in the back line. Can they get on top of him? But the real slicing maelstrom is going to work out better in their favor. And yeah, Summit's going on a little vacation up to the north side of Summoner's Rift. Wants to see the sights and try to delay the minion wave, but he's going to die to Rascal anyway, as he will go down with the rest of Sandbox, and Kingzone are going to continue their run here in the World's Qualifier for the Korea region, going 3-1 against Afrika, and now 3-1 against Sandbox. They have bought a ticket to go up against Damwon, and they have one more best of 5, and they could make it into the World Championship.
And Damwon is going to be a very difficult test for them to overcome. They don't just have to overcome a potential top difference. They're going to be feeling a lot less pressure up against Dove than he will be against Damwon in the finals. And so far, though, Kingzone, they're looking like they might make a miracle gauntlet run.
Yeah.
All the way into World. This has been back-to-back 3-1 victories so far.